What's up, e-bikers? If you're looking for a big e-bike with a big rack and a big battery, then check out the big dog next on the channel. So there's been a lot of new 20 amp hour e-bikes hitting the scene lately. Himiway's got 3 models, the big dog here, the Zebra, the Cobra as well. This sells for $19.99, by the way, on the Himiway website. But you're seeing a lot more of these long range, big battery e-bikes come out. That's one of the definitely trends of 2022, I think. So let's take a look at the specs of this guy and get rolling. So here's the battery of the Himiway. It's 20 amp hour, 48 volt. There in the down tube on the bottom, and claim range is 80 miles. That's a bit much in my opinion. I'd say, and these are Samsung LG cells, by the way. I'd say real world mileage is probably closer to around 50, just based on my experience with a couple of previous 20 amp hour e-bikes. So yeah, that's the battery here. It's pretty big, and you just unlock on the other side with a key. And there's a little switch here to pop it out. It clicks in when you want to take it out and put it back in. So back here we have a 750 watt rear hub motor with these mag wheels on these Kenda 20 by 4 inch Crusade fat tires here. The newton meters of torque in this motor is 86 newton meters, which is pretty nice. And I do like the torque off the line with the Himiway motor there. It's pretty nice. It gets you across the street pretty quickly, and it has to, because this is a 79 pound e-bike, so it's pretty hefty on the road, and definitely need a bigger motor and good torque with an e-bike like this. There's a look at the dual leg kickstand. You can kind of tip the bike a little bit on flat ground. It is a little bit hard to push up. You have to put your foot under there and kind of trip it over your foot in order to pop it up. Let me see if I can demonstrate that. It's a little bit easier on grass actually, because it catches the grass by itself to go back in place. But definitely need a little bit of oomph to get it on, get it down and get it up. We've got nice 180 rotors on the bike with those Step-Thru mechanical hydraulics, and front and back, and definitely need 180s on a bike like this to make it stop, because it's hefty, and need good stopping power on bikes like this. Here's a look at the cockpit. We've got these faux leather grips on the ends, ergonomic. They do move a little bit, that's okay. You got your twist throttle, your Shimano push button shifter here, of course your hydraulic brakes. There's the display, we'll come back to that. We have a bell and your display with plus and minus, a light, info, and power button here. I did unlock this bike, so we have 5 level assist, but you can change that to up to 9 if you want to. And the top speed is 24 miles an hour. We'll do a test run later in the video. But pretty basic stuff. All you get is the battery bars. There's no percentages or voltage on here as well. The I button will switch you to a few different modes, as you can see here. Got about 55 miles on the bike so far, and that's basically it. It's a pretty basic display, but I'll be doing another video about the display later on coming up. You can buy an aftermarket one which actually unlocks the speed as well, so stay tuned for that video coming up soon on the channel. Here's a look at the Himiway front headlight. You can see that beam. Fairly narrow, but pretty good coverage. It throws it, pretty far out there. I'm looking at probably a good 50, 60 feet ahead of me there. It's pretty bright too. All right, let's go over my pros of this bike, the pros and cons. First off, you know, the power of this thing, 750 watt, massive battery, great torque. It's definitely one of the pluses of this e-bike. A large rack back here. You can see the Himiway logo. I'm assuming this comes off when you want to put other stuff on here. There's a couple of screws here, and there are some crossbars underneath with that. The dual leg kickstand just keeps the bike upright. It allows you to clean the wheels pretty easily. You can kind of tip the bike a little bit and get one wheel off the ground if you need to. That's kind of nice. The range, of course, you know, 20 amp hour battery is going to go far. Like I said, I expect somewhere between 40 to 50 in terms of real world mileage. And last pro would be the tires. These mag wheels are just really easy to clean versus spokes. You don't need to worry about spokes getting loose. And I wish a manufacturer could find these, find some lightweight mag wheels, because I'd rather have those on all my e-bikes, to be honest. All right, let's go over the cons. So the cons definitely give the weight to this bike. It's 79 pounds. You're gonna need a pickup truck if you want to travel with this thing, or a really heavy-duty e-bike rack, which there aren't a lot of out there. The suspension's kind of stiff. I wasn't that thrilled with going over bumps on that thing. Maybe it's because the bike is so heavy, and that helps weigh down the shocks a bit. But I thought I was getting a little bit of reverb in the handlebars here when I was holding it, just going over bumps. So I felt a lot of that there. I'd say too, it's not the most comfy bike for taller riders. I think if you're on the shorter side, it's a great choice. For me, I'd probably go more with the Zebra personally. Just being a 6-foot rider, I think that would be a better fit for me overall. The seat is kind of slippery. I was sliding on it a lot when I'm riding it, so you may want to change that out. It's comfort-wise, it's okay, but it's kind of slippery and shiny there. So I'd rather have a little more grippy seat that keeps you in place when you're riding. And the last con would be probably the speed, but top speed on this when you unlock it is 24. But again, it is a cargo e-bike, so it's not meant to go fast. And so that could be a con if you're looking at it for speed. But again, look at the Zebra when it comes to something like that. I think the Zebra has a Step-Thru as well. So, but I'm gonna try to get that for the spring. See if I can get a chance to review the other model as well. Alright, let's do this road test for the Himiway Big Dog. I leaned over a bit. I did bring the handlebars in a little bit just in terms of the angle. So it's a little bit closer to me in terms of the reach. But I definitely think the Zebra would be a better fit for me anyway. Doesn't mean it's not a good bike. We're going to do some PAS testing. We're going to climb a hill, see how it does there. We'll check out the brakes and do a top speed run as well. This is a heavy bike, so it takes a little bit more to steer. I wouldn't call it agile by any means. It's a cargo bike, so it's meant to kind of go low and slow, I guess. It's not too loud either. I mean, you can hear it. It's got 86 newton meters of torque, so I do appreciate that. Bike pulls pretty well off the line. Just hit it there, nice and quick. Got up to okay, these are off a little bit. Now they're synced. Let's see how it does off the line here. Yeah, I'm gonna put a pedal assist 1. By the way, you can change the pedal assist settings. You can change the power they get and also how many you have. So you can do 0 to 9 or 0 to 5 or 0 to 7 if you want. So keep that in mind. Alright, we're in PS1. I'm in 7th gear. Let's the throttle get going here. And we are cruising at 9.8 miles an hour. Pedal assist 2 bumps it up to 13, 12.9. Pedal assist 3, we got 16 miles an hour. Pedal assist 4, we're doing 18. Pedal assist 5, this is top speed run here. They're up to 21.9. Kind of climbing a little bit of a hill here. Whoops, just blew that stop sign. Alright, we're at 22. I've got a pedal here to get to 24. It's 23. There's 24. Oh, that was hard though. That was hard. I would definitely get that upgraded display. So you can buy a display for this on AliExpress that changes the speed to 30 miles an hour for any of these Himiways. I'll put a link in the description for that. Let's try throttle only, see what we do here. I think it's about 22.5 miles an hour. .2, .4, .6, .8, 23. Oh, it's coming. 23.7. That's 24. Okay. 24.6. Saw 24.9 there for a second. So we'll call it there. Alright. So yeah, top speed is about 24 miles an hour with the throttle there. So let's go do the hill test and keep this rolling. Here's the hill test. Long hill, 2 levels to it. First part, throttle only. Second part, I'll pedal. And here we go. 750 watt, should climb this thing pretty well. And we're at 12. We are at still 12. And it's going to gain here. Here we go. 13. 14 miles an hour. Yeah, I call this a moderate hill right here. Just hit 15. I'm full down on the throttle. 16 miles an hour. Alright. Steeper part of the hill's coming up. I'm going to switch it into lower gear. I'm now in 3rd gear. PS5. Probably took the 4th. Okay, 13 and dropping. 12.7. 12.2, 11.8, 11.6, 11.4, 11.2. That was pretty good. 11.2 miles an hour was the lowest. Again, those 750 watts give you about 2 more miles per hour going up a hill, roughly speaking. Let's pedal with no power, see how we do here. I'm in 0, I'm in 4th gear. Oh man, this thing's a slog. Let me drop it down further. That's better. Alright, no power here. I'm doing 7 miles an hour. And getting started with no power is a little bit harder, I think. But once you get rolling, you're going to do about 70 miles an hour. Let's kick it back up and go do the downhill run. Okay, so on these downhill runs, I just want to do coasting only. See how the bike, how stable it is at those higher speeds. And we'll test the brakes at the end, these hydraulic brakes. I love this road here because it's just a great little racetrack. It's nice and smooth, no potholes. We're at 22. Here's where it gets steep. Start picking up speed here. We're at 27 already, 28, 30, wow. Got a lot of mass here, so it's already at 31. (32), 33. Those brakes. And nice smooth control stop there. Alright, the brakes do squeak a little bit at lower speeds, but I think I just got to brake them in more. I can show you that. You can kind of hear that a little bit. It's not too loud, so it's not too annoying, but clean those brakes. I did find some e-bike rotors, or e-bike brake pads on Amazon. I'm doing a video on that later, but they're called Sinter, S-I-N-T-E-R, if you want to check those out. Alright, let's go wrap this up and give my final thoughts. Got that shadow of the day going on today. Alright, so there's your Himiway Big Dog. Nice bike. It's $2,000 or $19.99, I believe, on the Himiway website. They may have some deals right now, I'm not sure, but it's a cool gray color. 400 pound capacity. They do have on their website, they have accessories for it, so you can buy a kid's rack back, kid's seat back there. They've got just a regular basket area for like pizza holders as well. I'm not sure about a front rack, but you definitely have the child seat back there. So this will make a good child carrying e-bike, I think, because it's kind of low to the ground, so it's got a low center of gravity. The seat would sit right here basically, so it's pretty low to the ground compared to some other e-bikes. So yeah, check it out at Himiway's website. Put a link in the description there. You can see that cool tail light there. That's really nice with the branding on it. It's like one of the better tail lights in the industry. Here's a look at that Himiway rack back here. I'm not sure if this comes off if you put this. It must if you put the child seat on, I think, maybe. Here's a look at that seat. Again, really smooth, so you do slide on it. So you may want to think about upgrading that one. But overall, just a great package.